And here's my pale ass face again. Hello everyone, how you all doing? So, making this really quick, last weekend we did go see Godzilla King of the Monsters finally. So myself and Michael are completely up to date. I think Fred, who went with us, has only seen this one so far. I'm not sure. We had told him that the first one's mediocre, Kong Skull Island is pretty decent, and I think my feeling so far on Godzilla King of the Monsters is it kind of falls in between. It's not as flat and paper cardboardy as the humans were in the first Godzilla movie, but they're not as good or fully thought out, I feel, as the ones in in Kong Skull Island. As far as I'm concerned right now, Skull Island is the better of them. They obviously try to do something more with these people. I think the biggest problem with the humans here is they have such small amount of character, and they gave them way too much fucking on-screen time. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I understand that a massive majority of them are actually literally involved with what's going on in the story, and that they're supposed to be there helping push things forward and helping Godzilla with his fights with the other monsters, but they spend so much time just meandering and talking back and forth, not, like, actually advancing the plot. Literally, even at some points in the movie, covering over the same ground they just covered like 5 minutes ago. So there's some work to be had there, but overall I think they did a decent job. I've heard people complain that there were no monster effects during daylight. I like to know what movie you were watching. I saw a few shots in there that were definitely during daylight, so fuck off. We got some interesting new monsters. As a matter of fact, there's one of them I want to research really quick, and I'm not sure if it's ever existed before, but there's definitely one that was in an original Godzilla franchise and made a new cameo. Almost as big, if not slightly smaller than the Rodan's role. And let me also tell you about that. That's disappointing. For a monster that got title card, essentially representation and trailer treatment and everything, Rodan is barely in this movie. Rodan makes like an extended cameo, and same with Mothra, and that's all. Our main monsters are pretty much just Godzilla and just King Ghidorah. So let me see here. Yeah, I'm trying to see here. The budget, actually. Okay, I think the budget was somewhere around $200,000. Sadly, this movie's only made over $300,000. And I think I heard the advertisement budget was fucking ridiculous. So this movie is not yet made its money back. It needs like another $100,000 to $150,000 in order to make back its full budget. Which, again, I ponder why they spent so much on the advertisement budget when they could have done it much cheaper. And I also wonder why they needed to spend so much on the movie as well, but maybe that's just rumors and hearsay. I'm not sure. I also got to see that the first review I see on IMDb for this movie is a like full 10 out of 10 star review. The Godzilla film fans dreamed of, smiley face. I'm trying to figure out what the other monsters were. Godzilla's eye spots on her wings are designed to resemble Godzilla's eyes in order to create a connection between the two monsters. Didn't realize that. Reviewer with Mike Doherty, he believed that even though he thinks the crew did a great job, he pushed them further to make the roar slightly more like the 1954 roar. Cranial scans indicate that each of King Ghidorah's heads possess different levels of cognitive function and possible in-depth thought. The middle head is the most intelligent, acting as an alpha, while the left and right heads are more akin to lackeys. Ouch. Mothra's screech in the film is a modified version of her original sound from the Toho series. Mothra was designed to resemble real moths and given longer legs in order to defend herself against other monsters, a quality real moths can do. And oh yeah, that's another nice little joke. It was in the end credits, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan were listed as themselves in the end credits. Okay, Michael Dougherty created Behemoth. That's the one I was wondering about, which is a behemoth, which is a biblical reference as a companion mammal for Kong. Feeling that too many Toho monsters were reptiles or insects, a mammoth was chosen because Dougherty's fascination with woolly mammoths, and because he wanted a big furry creature that looked like it could have survived during the Ice Age. Elements of sloth and primate were also added to make Behemoth look more than just a giant mammoth. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, I noticed that the legs were awfully lanky for a regular mammoth, not to mention the thing was freaking huge. And it also had a wee bit of a weird sloped back and stuff. So, alright, that's understandable. Okay, now I know where that monster came from. That's the one monster I had a question about. So that is Behemoth. We get another, I forget what the insectoid monsters are from the first Godzilla movie. Like Mocha or something like that? I forget. But you get another one of those. You get the giant spider from Toho as well. And these are like these really small, like barely there for like, I want to say 5 to 10 second cameos for monsters. I wish they would have had more time for those. I wish Rodan and Mothra would have had more time. I wish we could have cut back on the needless, pointless extra stuff of all the humans, and I wish we could have, and that would have greatly, in my opinion, improved this. And I wanted more fighting. I should mention this because this is a joke I've been seeing running around and I really like it. I would also have loved a few more derp moments with King Ghidorah's left head. The left head does like some really derpy things, like starts sniffing the ground for no apparent reason. There's once or twice the middle head literally has to look over at what the left head is doing and tug him by the horn to get him to behave himself and get back to focusing on what needs to be focused on. I wouldn't have minded a couple more notices of that, and as long as it like didn't overwhelm the scene or something. Like maybe once in a while even have the left head to just kind of kind of looking around more so than focused on the fight at hand until he heard like the middle or the right head kind of snarling and he just kind of like, oh yeah. Kind of a deal. But yeah, overall, this is still a really good movie. Overall, I still recommend going to see this. And overall, I still recommend to Legendary, if you want to perfect this, you need to give the monsters their fucking time on the screen. This is what we came here to see, is giant monsters. We did not come here to see an over-evolved, over-elongated story about the humans who are going to be involved in the fight. Don't get me wrong, you can give them development, especially if you are going to have them there for multiple movies. But if you're just going to just shoot them off and forget about them after a single movie, why do we need them? You make it real simple, real basic, make them caricatures. That's technically what Toho always did. That's technically when Legendary's been doing its best with the giant monster films, with Kong Skull Island and with Pacific Rim. Make them caricatures, but make them decent, likable caricatures, and then just go with it. Just fucking go with it. You don't have time. You want to get some decent action in. You want to get some nice, long, sweeping shots of monsters from a down-up view, so that way they actually look fucking huge, for the most part. And you don't want to... You can do a few pullbacks, but you don't want to do all the pullbacks. You still need to lower that thing down. You need to still get interesting shots of them and bring it to a level where it still feels like they're fucking huge. You're getting too risky with some of those camera motions. And that's what really shot you in the foot with Pacific Rim 2, I think, as well. Is that you made them too fast like normal humans, and you just plant the camera right in front of their faces like normal. No, you need to bring that thing down, and they need to be slow, lumbersome, and heavy. Don't do that. But otherwise, I would say that this movie is still a really good movie. It's not as good as Kong Skull Island, which means that it's kind of pushing between good and great now, in my opinion, for this particular franchise, with the first Godzilla being really mediocre. Basically, my level of liking this is horrible, bad, mediocre, good, excellent, and the very rare, if ever sought out, perfect. And there's just a few gems that hit the perfect. I have a lot of movies that fall in the excellent to good category. I have maybe a few that hit in the mediocre to bad, and maybe a handful that hit in the god-awful. I happen to own. Mostly the god-awful ones are box sets. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, that's going to be my opinions on this. I was just doing that quick bit of research because I wanted to know where the hell that mammoth came from, and I understand that now. Okay, I like that. I like where that guy's thinking, and if he's going to be doing the next one for Kong and Godzilla, I hope he continues to do a good job then. Just try and tell the script editor where you need to fix things, because you need to make this punchier faster. You need to keep this sucker moving. You can't slow down for over-the-top melodrama bullshit with the human characters. As much as they are going to be a main element, they can't sit there and take up all the screen time. They took up at least 3/4 of the screen time. I'm here to see the king of the fucking monsters, motherfucker. Give me my king of the monsters. Don't give me this horse shit. You know what we're here for. Fuck the people who are complaining that there's not too much monster action. They aren't your fans. They aren't here to watch your stuff, and they're not here to give you the money. You want to keep the money, you want to keep the honeys, you want to keep the people interested in coming back for more, you're going to give us what we want, or we're going to stop coming. And then, sadly, from what I've been hearing, that might be what's kind of happening. If you keep going down this route, King Kong vs. Godzilla is going to be your last one. You need to fix this, and you need to fix this fast, guys. You can't be half-assing that particular script, and you can't be just slopping over everything with more human interactions. You need to make it about the monsters, because they are the title creatures, and they are who we came here to see. Keep that in your heads, and now go make that last movie. If you manage to perfect this one, you might just get everyone back, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. That's going to be it for now, folks. Hope you all liked it. If you have another opinion, you wanted to mention your opinion, have anything else you want to mention, or want me to maybe mention back to you, comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you want to catch more of these videos when we do our theater runs, or if you want to catch my movie reviews, or my video game live stream videos, or if you also might be interested in my particular music remixes. I do both 8-bit as well as more rock and theatrical ones, depending upon what I'm remixing. If it's more of a normal song, I tend to make them more 8-bit. But that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Have a good night.